Dr. K. Kimsra from R Classes. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel R Classes. This video tutorial is on multiple choice questions on goods and services tax. This is part 6. Now come to the questions. Question number 1. Input tax credit in respect of food and beverages, outdoor catering, beauty treatment, health services, cosmetic and plastic surgery belong to. Options are A. Exempt category, B. Composite tax category, C. Blocked credit category, D. None of these. Here correct option is C. Blocked credit category. 2. Input tax credit in respect of food membership of a club, health and fitness center belong to A. Exempt category, B. Blocked category credit category, C. Composite tax category, D. None of these. Here correct option is B. Blocked credit category. 3. Input tax credit in respect of rent a cab, life insurance and health insurance belong to. Options are A. Blocked credit category, B. Exempt credit, C. Composite tax credit category, D. None of these. Here correct option is A. Blocked credit category. 4. Input tax credit in respect of goods lost, stolen, destroyed, written off or disposed of by way of gift or free samples belong to. Options are A. Exempt category, B. Composite tax category, C. Blocked credit category, D. None of these. So here correct option is C. Blocked credit category. 5. Goods or services or both on which tax has been paid under section 10 belong to A. Exempt category, B. Composite tax category, C. Blocked credit category, D. None of these. Here correct option is C. Blocked credit category. 6. Input tax credit is not allowed on the support of A. Tax invoice issued by the supplier, B. A debit note issued by a supplier, C. An input service distributor invoice, D. Delivery chalan. Here correct option is D. Delivery chalan. 7. Reversal of input tax credit happens when. Options are A. Recipient does not pay the amount within 180 days, B. When goods are of inferior quality, C. Supplier refuses to accept payment, D. None of these. The correct option is A. Recipient does not pay the amount within 180 days. 8. In the case of reversal of input tax credit, interest at the rate of dash percentage is applicable. A. 8%, B. 12%, C. 18%, D. 24%. Here correct option is C. 18%. 9. Reversal of input tax credit happens when a person fails to pay the amount of price including tax to the supplier within a period of A. 180 days, B. 30 days, C. 60 days, D. 90 days. The correct option is A. 180 days. 10. Input service distributor means A. Any service provider, B. Any GST registered service provider, C. Office distributing common service, D. Office distributing common input tax credit. Here correct option is D. Office distributing common input tax credit. 11. Input service distributor shall distribute the credit of CGST. Options are A. Either as CGST or IGST, B. As CGST only, C. SGST only, D. Either as CGST or as SGST. The correct option is A. Either as CGST or IGST. 12. When an exempt supply in the hands of registered person becomes taxable supply, such person A. can take credit of input tax, B. is not entitled to take credit of input tax, C. liable to pay tax on stock, D. liable to pay reverse charge. The correct option is A. can take credit of input tax. 13. A registered person after availing input tax credit opts for composition levy. Options are A. shall be liable to pay the input tax on stock or capital goods, B. shall not be liable to pay tax, C. liable to pay reverse charge, D. None of these. Here correct option is A. Shall be liable to pay the input tax on stock or capital goods. 14. In case of transfer of capital goods or plant and machinery, the registered person shall A. Not be liable to pay input tax credit claimed. B. Be liable to pay the input tax credit claimed. C. Liable to pay reverse charge. D. None of these. Here correct option is B. Be liable to pay the input tax credit claim. 15. Tax credit in respect of goods or inputs sent for job work can be claimed by A. Job worker, B. Principal, C. Either by job worker or principal, D. Not eligible for input credit. Here correct option is B. Principal. 16. A registered person shall not be entitled to take input tax credit after A. 3 months of issuing tax invoice, B. 6 months of issuing tax invoice, C. 1 year from the date of issue of tax invoice, D. 2 years of issue tax invoice. The correct option is C. 1 year from the date of issue of tax invoice. 17. A registered person need not issue a tax invoice if the value of supply less than A. 100, B. Rupees 200, C. 500, D. 1000. The correct option is rupees 200. 18. A registered person supplying exempted goods or services or paying composition tax under section 10 shall issue A. GST bill, B. Bill of supply, C. Delivery chalan, D. Debit note. The correct option is B. Bill of supply. 19. A registered person shall, on receipt of advance payment for goods or services, issue options are A. GST bill, B. Bill of supply, C. Receipt voucher, D. Debit note. The correct option is C. Receipt voucher. 20. After issuing a receipt voucher for advance payment, if no supply is made, dash may be issued against such payment. Here options are A. Refund voucher, B. Debit note, C. Tax invoice, D. Bill of supply. The correct option is A. Refund voucher. 21. In a tax invoice of supply of Rs 50,000 or more to an unregistered person, the name and address of the recipient and the address of delivery are options are A. Optional, B. Compulsory in all cases, C. Compulsory to avail input tax credit, D. Compulsory if the recipient insists. Here correct option is B. Compulsory in all cases. 22. In a tax invoice of supply of less than rupees 50,000 to an unregistered person, the name and address of the recipient and the address of delivery are options are A. Optional, B. Compulsory in all cases, C. Compulsory to avail input tax credit, D. Compulsory if the recipient insists. So here correct option is D. Compulsory if the recipient insists. 23. An unregistered person A. is allowed to collect GST, B. is not allowed to collect GST, C. is allowed to collect composite tax, D. is allowed to collect reverse tax. So here correct option is B. is not allowed to collect GST. 24. A consolidated invoice at the end of a month for supplies on which reverse charge is applicable is required when the aggregate value of such supplies exceeds A. rupees 1000 in a day, B. rupees 5000 in a day, C. rupees 10,000 in a day, D. rupees 50,000 in a day. So here correct option is B. rupees 5,000 in a day. 25. In the case of sale to an unregistered person, a registered person may not issue a tax invoice if the value of supply is A. less than rupees 100, B. less than rupees 200, C. less than rupees 500, D. less than rupees 1000. So here correct option is B. less than rupees 200. 26. In the case of the taxable supply of services, the invoice shall be issued within a period of A. 15 days, B. 30 days, C. 45 days, D. 90 days. The correct option is B. 30 days. 27. The original copy of a tax invoice of goods belongs to A. Recipient of supply. B. Transporter of supply. C. The supplier. D. GST department. So the correct option is A. Recipient of supply. 28. The duplicate copy of a tax invoice of goods belongs to A. Recipient of supply. B. Transporter of supply. C. The supplier. D. GST department. So here correct option is B. Transporter of supply. 29. The triplicate copy of a tax invoice of goods belongs to A. Recipient of supply. B. Transporter of supply. C. The supplier. D. GST department. So here correct option is C. The supplier. 30. A bill of supply is issued in the case of A. Taxable goods. B. Reverse charge. C. Exempt goods. D. Composite supply. So here correct option is C. Exempt goods. So this was about this video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it, and if you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel or classes and press the bell button and pass it on to others, those who are needy now and in the future. More video tutorials on other management subjects, interview questions, and developing personality and soft skills are available on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching with patience. I hope you have definitely liked it. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.